It keep doing that, brother.
Boy,
that
you
is
keep
weird.
doing it.
It's
I don't know what's up with you.
It is you.
Sound like it.
It sound like, you know what, man? What we gonna
You
do?
know what?
Y'all gonna get this intro one.
The strength, so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we
All right, yo, we are back. That is the right way with Not the Same Podcast sports show hosted by this one word, C-Micah, and that one word over there to the right, Mr. Rob Redeem. And we have a special show. This is our football edition. Yeah, careful. No, football edition of the of the sports show, and it's all football, college football, NFL football, all the way. Hey, brother, first of all, I'm gonna make you standing too tall over me. Let me lower you. Hold on, man. Who you think you is? Now, anyway, I'm kidding. Episode 54 of the Not the Same. Episode 54 of the Not the Same Podcast. We appreciate you as always sliding through.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have two special guests. One, our brother Will Smith, not the one that smacked the piss out of Chris Rock, but no, the Will Smith that is believer and also hosts the Red and Bold Show, the native Kansas City fan, big Kansas City Chiefs fan, and our brother, Mr. Professor, Preacher, Pastor. You'll see when he come on, Mr. Dante Pryor, as well, co-host of the MVMP University show. I believe that's right. If I said it wrong,
and
don't
if
blame
we got
it on
any
me.
of that wrong, trust me, my brother, come on here and
they
let
will
us know.
Correct
and don't get it twisted. Will Smith will smack you. Don't.
With stats.
My brother, if he got to lay hands on you, let me tell you something, it won't be holy. He is not a chump out in these streets.
That's the wrong Will Smith you talking about, brother. We talking about our brother Will Smith. But
I know,
he might smack you still.
He still might smack you on GP. You say something about the Kansas City Chiefs and see what you get. Ever go night-night?
or the Missouri Tigers. The brother Missouri Tigers fan, too. What up, D? And as usual, we need y'all to do something for us. Do something for us right quick. If you see the graphic that's going on the screen right there, hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Also, go ahead and subscribe. And while you're subscribing, hit that notification bell so you are always know when we are live on the Not the Same Podcast, Bible study, sports show, or even a music and faith show like tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. We also want to give shout-outs to our rebroadcasters. His Hop Radio Podcast Network. Our man Sam Stewart out on the left coast, Las Vegas.
Yes,
RYC Praise News, our homeboy Orlando Page. Let me tell you something. Thank you for your support. Parable Radio, The Takeover.
Yep.
Scooter Praise 365. We got 520 Collective. We got our MTMV fam who is on here tonight. Let me tell y'all something. Both Will Smith and Dante Pryor is a part of the MTMV fam. So when we be talking, we ain't just talking outside of our necks.
That's right.
We got peoples out here. We got peoples for that. And we ready to show y'all what it's about. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Now, with that being said, man, we're going to go on and get into what is popping. Somebody tell me what's popping. Now, you see the screen looks very different because we have all kind of brethren in here. There's a lot of melanation on this screen.
Me in, man. You showing my business out here in these streets. I don't want people to see my lights.
Put that roach up, brother. Put that roach up. I'm kidding. That is not Rob. These are jokes, people. These are jokes. But if you indulge, that's your business. You take it up with the Lord. But anyway. Yeah, so welcome to the stage, our brother, Mr. Will Smith, down here on the left with the Kansas City. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? It's your boy Will Smith with Red and Bold.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm your MTMV sports correspondent for your Kansas City football team.
And down there to the bottom right is our brother, Mr. Dante Pryor. What up, sir?
What's going on? Co-host MVP University.
Writer
on college football writer on My Team, My Voice. And also college football writer for SaturdayBlitz.com.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey, look, man, when we be talking about our MTMV sports fam, this is what we talking about. Y'all make sure y'all go support these brothers. They are giving you quality content for the Kansas City Chiefs. Dante down below me, I'm going to tell you something. Anything sports, as far as college football goes, this man is a walking almanac. You dig what I'm saying? If you don't believe me, just tune in. Let's go. Yeah, you heard me. Almanac. I said that.
Bro, we stay in St. Louis now. You is not on the East Coast anymore. Anyway. Okay.
You better be lucky I've been up since 2 this morning. Let's get it, bro.
All right, first subject at hand. Dante, you can just ride along for this one. The first subject at hand, the Bills, Von Miller is out for the season. The Buffalo Bills is doing very, very well. My brother Will definitely knows that. They're in similar divisions, and they're going head-to-head against each other all the time. What type of impact is this going to be for the Bills with them losing Von Miller out for the season? Because everywhere Von Miller seems to go, they end up winning the Super Bowl. Last year he was with the Rams and they won. You know what I'm saying? What you think, bro?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big hit to their defense as far as the pass rush goes. As far as now, they're still a good defense. They have a lot of players. They got Poyer and those guys on the D line. I don't know all of them. I don't know if Tre'Davious White. I don't know if he's healthy right now, but they do have some pieces on that defense where they can still be effective. The only thing is they specifically signed Von Miller and they were kind of had tunnel vision, like when we faced the Chiefs. That's what they were saying.
What up, James?
And it came into play when they faced the Chiefs early this year. Von Miller made like 2 back-to-back plays where he got pressure on Mahomes and caused Mahomes to actually throw an interception at the end to end the game. And so their confidence may not be the same as it was if they end up having to face the Chiefs in the playoffs again. They're gonna be like, dang, we don't have Von to put that pressure on them. And is it gonna, so it's gonna be the same situation. Though we don't have Tyreek anymore, we still have an effective offense. But you still have you gotta think about the other teams that have explosive players. Miami. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get pressure on Tua. You gotta get pressure on Joe Burrow. You gotta get pressure on Lamar's not there anymore.
Yeah, but, Lamar hurt.
And so, but you have other quarterbacks in the AFC that you need to get pressure on. I mean, that's the main thing. When you go to the playoffs, you're essentially facing the elite offenses or the best of the best. So
Go ahead, Rob.
So this is what I would think. With Von Miller being out and Josh Allen still being so-so, right now the Bills are standing at 9-3. I know Miami just lost last week, but I still got Miami coming out this division for this very reason. Because look, one quick injury to Josh Allen, it's a wrap. Then Von Miller gone. That is the core of this defense. And what I'm saying by that, sometimes it's about him just being on the field. You know, when you have that one guy who's the glue guy, like a Draymond Green, if we was talking about the NBA, Draymond's not that great. But what he does bring is chemistry, and what he does bring is that dog to the team. And that has been Von Miller in Denver, in LA, and now in Buffalo. And I think with him going out, depending on how long he's out, if he's out for the rest of the season, question mark. You dig what I'm saying? I think the Dolphins can, even with last week's loss by the Dolphins, I think the Dolphins can catapult and end up coming out this division. Remember, they was my sleepers last week to give Kansas City that push at the end. I think they are the threats to give Kansas City a challenge because they have the firepower to do so. Go ahead, C.
All right. They'll be all right. That's my opinion. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. Von Miller is great, but the Bills are a very good team. I think even the KC fan down there below me will admit to that. They are a very good team, and they are a very, very stacked team, as well as the Chiefs. And they're going to still be a problem because they still got their quarterback he is very awesome. He's not Patrick Mahomes, but he's also very awesome in his own
on his way,
in his own different way. You know what I mean? So I'll go with that. Next subject, Baker Mayfield gets fired and hired on the same day. For real, Mr. Davis? For real?
Brother, hey, let me tell you something, brother. This is quarterback privilege. That's all I'm going to call it.
You go ahead and say it, white quarterback privilege.
Yes, it is light skin.
Low Saxon quarterback privilege.
Low Saxon.
This
Cajun
is
privilege and not Louisiana Cajun.
I said this last week also. I said that the Rams don't have a Super Bowl hangover. Them one word still drunk. They so drunk that they didn't pick up Baker Mayfield. Because it's a wrap for it, bro. Y'all go ahead, man.
What you think, Will?
I mean, like Rob already said it, man. It's like it's privilege because the thing is, you'll see a lot of white quarterbacks who are either average or not very good, but they'll continue to get like backup jobs or even third string on practice squad. But you don't see that as prevalent with African American quarterbacks.
This is facts.
It's like you have to be when you're a black quarterback, you have to be extra. You have to be better than average. You have to be
elite.
There's a standard that you have to have because you're so athletic as a black athlete. There's an expectation, and if you don't meet that, if you're just a subpar or average black quarterback, then you're not going to be in the league. You're going to be in like the XFL or something, you know?
Wow, you gave him the XFL. Go ahead, see.
If I can chime in, one of y'all stole my answer. I was going to say he was former number 1 pick in the draft, and he's white. But I thought about the black journeyman quarterback. So if I could take y'all back in the day.
Go ahead, brother.
The first one I remember is a guy by the name of Vince Evans. Because my daddy, God rest his soul, would always say, "How come Vince ain't never get a chance to start?" But really, the only I can think of 2. You get Tyrod
Martin,
and you got Teddy Bridgewater. That's about it for the bridge journeyman, okay black quarterback.
For sure.
So with Baker, he'll get another chance when the Jets figure out a way to dump Zach Wilson. Somebody's gonna give him a chance, and I've been saying since he was at BYU that man can't throw.
Right.
But somebody give him a chance, and he can wear a nice hat and hold a clipboard.
For example, let me give you a player from back in the day, and it's not just because I'm a Mizzou fan, but the dude was a beast. Brad Smith.
But
they switched him to wide receiver. He was a very good wide receiver. Like, dude was a dog. Like, but he could have been like a Lamar Jackson at that time because he could run the ball. And he had a nice, his pass was like a soft, like rainbow spiral type, you know?
Oh, so Dak Prescott, Dak Prescott, that's how I look at Brad Smith.
He what?
He said Dak Prescott light.
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. But yes, you're right about that, man. So, I mean, I just wish I hope that more African American quarterbacks just get the opportunity to play the position, you know. And I think with Mahomes, I think with the Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, guys, Geno Smith, you see how he's come back and he has that opportunity. He's in the right situation with a good coach, Pete Carroll.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully more of us get opportunities, man.
All right, no doubt.
Last subject on what's popping, man. Go ahead, bro. What you gonna say?
I say, what's your thoughts on this, brother?
He all right. He made good commercials. You know what I'm saying? He made good commercials. He gonna keep getting jobs for the reasons y'all said. I'm not gonna belabor the point, but it is a fact and it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? He's good. He's not Johnny Manziel bad. I ain't gonna say he's that bad. He is a decent quarterback. And before he was traded away from the Browns that year, he had a decent year. And they did get rid of him while he was hurt, which was kind of trash. And they blamed everything on him. That was kind of trash. But with that being said, he's been garbage for the Carolina Panthers. He was pure D, Oscar the Grouch garbage. And
I don't think he wanted to be there.
That makes never mind. That means he shouldn't get another job.
He's still auditioning for other teams, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Rob in them tongue twisted, confusing folks. Anyway,
Will did look at the camera like, huh? What?
Right, he did. I know. All right, last subject.
He said,
Brother Pryor can jump in on this one. Deion Sanders takes his daughter in there. Hi, Dad. Look at it.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Dante. Brother Dante. All right. Last subject.
In the car.
She getting them brownie points for Christmas already. Deion Sanders takes the Colorado job. Fellas, what are your thoughts about that? Go ahead. Go first, Dante.
At first, I was like, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Colorado.
Right.
It's like that Alonzo Mourning meme where he mad. Like, okay.
So if you are in, my age group, I'm early 40s. You remember Darian Hagan, Eric Bieniemy, Cordell Stewart, Michael Westbrook, those guys.
Right.
In the early 90s. And the landscape of recruiting and everything is different. So, but I think Coach Prime has such a gravitational pull.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their Twitter, like he almost broke like Colorado Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Because all these high school kids are like, well, if he come, I'm gonna stay. Now Colorado is not a hotbed of Division I football talent.
Right.
But if it's 3, he gonna get all 3.
Absolutely.
And so he's gonna get players.
Yeah.
It's obvious if you know anything about college football. He got the call, and he was like, well, I don't know. And Colorado was like, well, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I want A, B, C, D, and E. And Colorado was like, I get you them and toss in F as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to give him what he needs. And the truth is, and I don't want to sound disrespectful to Jackson State or HBCUs, but Colorado is really kind of behind in facilities and infrastructure in the Pac-12, and it's still a decided upgrade over Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what he wanted. And I understand the vitriol coming from the HBCU world.
Mm-hmm.
They feelings hurt, and this is no different than white Coach X taking a better job, and that fan base is feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all what it is. But I think this is also a move for like the next 5 years. USC, UCLA, they're going to the Big Ten. There's going to be a void there. Now, what Prime has to do, and the Pac-12 will have a couple new coaches. Prime has got to keep the West Coast kids in that Pac-12 footprint. It's going to be more difficult with SC and UCLA moving to the Big Ten because, but California has been rated by the SEC, the Big Ten, and the ACC and the Big 12 for years. I mean, listen, Bryce Jordan Mahomes Young, California kid. DJ Uiagalelei, California kid. Najee Harris, California kid. Tua's from Hawaii. How you get from Hawaii to Alabama and don't even stop in California?
Exactly.
So I think Prime is the type of coach that can keep those players. What you want to keep your eye on, even more than anything, is how he assembles his staff. He does not get enough credit for the staff he assembled at Jackson State. This man is assembling a Monstar staff at Colorado. He just got Sean Lewis from Kent State. Y'all might not know Sean Lewis from Kent State, but I'm going to tell you this. They're going to be spreading their receivers like almost to the side. They're going to be spreading cats wide. They're going to be going fast. Shadur going to be throwing it down the field. I mean, they may not win a lot year 1, but they'll be in a bowl game by year 2 for sure.
Well, they're going to win more than they won last year.
They're going to win more than 5.
They only won one game.
It's going to be hard. All you got to do is win 2.
Go ahead,
That's
Will.
what Colorado got. They got a lot of new viewers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of new viewers now. I'm gonna check them out because I want to see what Deion does with Colorado and the recruits that he bring in. You know he's gonna get the recruits.
What up, Hayes?
What up, bro?
Go ahead, bro. My bad. Now we speaking to somebody. Go ahead.
We just when people come in, just speaking.
We holler at
okay. What I want to say about is you know, how long HBCU's been around for?
Forever,
right? And it's like they put all their hopes and everything in Deion. Like he's supposed to, like he had the responsibility to build up every program in HBCUs, and that wasn't his responsibility. Like
not at all.
That's something that he has, like the alumni and everybody else that they need to take. You know, I mean, I'm sure there's some alumni that's made some strides and are well off that can help out their alma maters.
At that point. What you said.
That point.
So, go ahead, y'all. That's all I got for real, man.
No, so we talked about this a little bit. Me and C came on an impromptu on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, talking about this Coach Prime hire. First of all, HBCU, they didn't want him there because they were jealous. It was a jealous factor of we've been here, but let me and I'm gonna get off of that and I'm gonna just talk about what we're talking about Deion getting HBCU heads that was hating, carry the torch. Now we're gonna carry on to Deion. Now that we're at Colorado, no matter what he does year 1, it's more than 1 game. And I can guarantee you the most games they've won since 2016 is 5. Deion will win more than 5 games. So to you, Dante, what you're saying, by year 2, they're going to be a success. He is assembling a beastified staff. And I don't think people understand that. And
some black coaches on the staff, but he a sellout
black
though.
coaches.
Carry on.
Black coaches, yet they're calling this man a sellout. You dig what I'm saying? This is what Deion is going to be able to do. Yo, I'm a top. He did it at Jackson State. Think about this. He set the college football world on fire when he got the number 1 wide receiver. The folks didn't understand what was going on. Like, how did he do this? This is ridiculous.
Right.
He now you got a Power 5. Now, it doesn't matter if you black, white, whatever the case may be. I want to go play for Coach Prime because he knows X's and O's. I want to go play for Coach Prime because he can teach me how to manage my finances. I want to coach. He know people. Whatever they hidden motives may be, Colorado, like Pryor said, by year 2, it's going to be trouble. Go ahead, C.
Ditto to all that, man. Hey, people, stop hating on this brother that's trying to do something positive, man. I said many times when we was live a couple of days ago, I am not the hugest fan of Deion. I wasn't when he was a player. You know, salute to him, though. I respect what he do. But what he's doing right now, I think, is very, very big because college football, Dante Pryor would agree to this, is not ran by brothers. It's ran on the field by brothers. But in leadership, it's not a lot of brothers. So for what he's doing is major. In that area where he went, really ain't no brotherly type place. No, this ain't like he went to Philadelphia somewhere.
Colorado?
No. Right. You know what I'm saying? Boulder, Colorado, that is not the hotbed for brothers. It's a lot of mixed people out there, and I have no problem against that. I've been to that place plenty of times. Beautiful,
yes, sir.
Beautiful scenery, beautiful, and nice people. But get what I'm saying. What he's doing for our culture is a very big thing, and I think we need to fan the flame behind that brother and keep him going for the next coaches after him. Because when they see that can work with him, they're like, okay, then we could try somebody else. So that's what I say on that, man.
Salute to Deion, bro.
Big salute. All right, we're going to go to our debate feud segment, man, before we get up out of here because we got a lot to do. As y'all know, this is our debate fuel segment. As you have seen us many, many times, and we are me, Rob, and Will, and Dante debate on particular subjects. Dante may not chime in as much on the NFL subjects, but he will chime in. You know what I mean? So we got 7 minutes. We normally do 5. We're going to do 7 minutes because we got more people. And when it's over, you hear a buzzer that sounds like this. When we went past our time. The first subject, NFL Week 13, impressed, depressed. Let's go, brothers. We'll start with the NFC. Impressed.
I'm going to let my guests go. Go ahead, Will. Your impress of last week's NFC winners, go or whatever the case break.
And I did NFC so you couldn't just pick KC. That's too easy for you. We know who your AFC impress is. We see it on the screen.
You know. Who was I impressed with? Who did Dallas play? I don't know. I mean, bruh, I did not.
What up, B+?
B+.
I got to look at the... I'm not prepared.
Didn't Dallas put 54 on the Colts?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
They did.
They're so up and down.
So I'll give you one. I'll give you one impress only because one of my dearest friends is a diehard, insane Bears fan.
Yeah.
Shout out to D. Sis D Winder as well.
And I don't peak on the Bears. I peak on Justin Fields. Because I'm cynical, and I ain't trying to get on the couch because we got 5 minutes. But the Ravens need to fire Greg Roman. I like the progress that Justin Fields is making.
Yeah.
Now the Bears have never developed a franchise quarterback.
No,
that is a fact.
Not since what's the old boy with
McMahon.
Back in the day,
he
wasn't that great either.
Franchise quarterback.
Okay,
McMahon just happened to be on the same team with the greatest running back of all time, and probably
no doubt, Walt Payton. Yeah.
So he was just there, but now it's time for Chicago to get some pieces around him. So I'm curious to see what they do on that front. I can tell you, I'm depressed the fact that they put that game on Sunday night. And no, I'm not an avid NFL watcher, but you couldn't flex Mahomes and Burrow on Sunday night. And you gave us Matt and Dak. Come on, man.
Hey, that brother's serious. You see his face, bro. Hey, look, check this out. My NFC. Hey, look, my NFC impress this week. Look, my man C said it last week, and I looked at him like he was crazy. The 49ers, after winning, even after Jimmy G got injured after after the first quarter, they still came through. So my dude, like I said, my dude told me San Fran was the truth. And that's my NFC impress was the 49ers after winning, and Jimmy G went out in the first quarter. What's your impress, C, for the NFC?
My impress is the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Keep flying around here. Know what I mean? They still good. Still good. That's mine.
All right, we're going to
your little bro
be happy.
Oh, we didn't see what Will going to say. Will was going to say,
impress. My team's the same as Rob's. The
NFC
49ers,
impress,
because
guys.
of, Miami's got a squad, and for them to
still
beat them with Jimmy Garoppolo going out, it tells you
in the first
kind of
quarter
pieces that they have defensively and offensively.
All right, D-press.
What's your D-press? NFC D-press this week, gentlemen. What you got, Will?
D-pressed. Let's see. Who was a letdown?
While you looking, I'm gonna tell you who mine is. I got the first time ever I got a double D-press. And my D-press is the Commanders and the Giants. Win the game, somebody. Yeah. Can you just win the game? Can you just win? Somebody just win the game. Can somebody take the lead and win the game? This is. Can we win the game, please? Why is there a grown man sport with ties? This is not soccer. This is not football. Like this is football, American football. Somebody win the game. So D-pressed on both of them.
My D-press was the Giants after time with Washington. So we in the vein together, brother, on that joint for his D-press. We can go over. Don said, you got somebody for the D-press? If not, we're going to go over to the AFC as this time ticker keeps going, brother.
All I'll say is about that game, you need a quarterback to win a game. And neither the Commandos nor the Giants got one of them.
Okay, this brother on point.
He's not lying. He's not
lying. AFC impress, Will.
Are you gonna shock us?
I hate to say it.
But,
Joe Burrow, man. Bengals.
Hey,
they took advantage of. They
hold up, bro.
fought hard, and I'm
proud of you, bro. I gotta give you that, bro. I'm proud of you, my guy.
What I will do is I'll give credit when credit is due.
Yes, sir.
And
salute.
Joe Burrow, he had a pass on 3rd down and 11 to ice the game, and that joint, and I think it was Higgins that caught it. It was so accurate, and it was just a great play by the quarterback and the wide receiver. And so, the Bengals did what they needed to do. So I got to give it to impress to the Bengals.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna jump on my man bandwagon. AFC impress for me are the Bengals, who are now 8-4. Now, shout out to B+, because B+ said 2 weeks ago, don't sleep on my guys. Who they, and I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all always yelling, who they ain't in here today. But I gotta retract and say AFC impress are the Bengals, who are now 8-4 after beating the Chiefs. Go ahead, C.
I hate to be the one to not debate, but I can't debate. I'm with the Bengals. Yeah. They impressed me because I think the Chiefs, honestly, right now are the best team in the NFL. So if you beat them, you're doing something right. And I really like Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow at LSU. He was a beast at LSU. He was a grown man out there. He handled his business out there for LSU. Yes, he does look like Macaulay Culkin, grown up, smoking a cigar with some ice on. But, hey, my man handling his business. He's a very nice quarterback, man. And the Saints, what is wrong with y'all? What?
Yeah, I don't know.
How did the Saints lose this game? I'm sorry. I saw somebody put that in the chat. What is wrong with that? All right, D-press for the AFC. Go ahead.
D-press for the AFC. What you got, Will? D-pressed in the AFC this week.
I mean, I'm not mad that I'm depressed about it, but golly, Broncos country. Let's ride.
Hey, look, I'm on that same. Denver Broncos, after holding the lead the entire game, only lost by 1. And they have a 3-9 record. Denver is also my depressed this week. Go ahead, man.
My depressed is, and I hate to do this, but my depressed is the Dolphins. Yes, you are a good team, but you lost to a team without their starting quarterback.
Ooh.
And I know San Francisco is good, but they ain't that good, dog. Y'all both be better than that.
All right, I know B. B say every week Denver Broncos is depressing. I'm gonna tell y'all what you know what I want to say, because it's a fellas panel tonight.
But I'll let you finish.
I don't think Sierra giving up them goodies. That's why my man ain't playing right.
Hey, hold on. I got something for this, brother. I got for what you said, brother.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You 1, 2 step.
I played the fifth on that, brother.
Ain't got no steps. That is what his problem is. In the honeymoon stage, his brother was winning Super Bowls, running, passing. He didn't got the Denver. She say, I don't want to be here. And she thinking about future. And it ain't got nothing to do with Pretty Boy. Let's go, man. What's the next subject?
You is stupid. All right, man. Next subject. This is right in my brother's wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. Should Bama have been in the playoffs over TCU or Ohio State? Should Bama have been in the playoffs over TCU or Ohio State? Let's go,
Mr. Pryor.
Tell me you don't watch college football without telling me you don't watch college football. if you watch college football this season, you know the answer to that question.
Mm-hmm.
This is. They weren't good this year. It's okay.
That's right.
No.
They were not good this year. They were awful in true road games.
Mm-hmm.
I love Bryce Jordan Mahomes Young. I have some concerns about him at the next level.
Mm-hmm.
5'10", 190 concerns me.
Yep.
But
in college, that's nice.
As a college, he's one of and the man ran for his life all season. He didn't they didn't hit on the portal. They got a kid from Louisville. He couldn't stay healthy. They got Jermaine Burton from Georgia. He was inconsistent. They weren't great at receiver. The defense was, if you could block them, you could throw on them. Ask Tennessee. They weren't very good. TCU lost in the championship game.
That's right.
Number one, because Sonny Dykes made a bad call. You don't go for it on 4th and goal in overtime. You kick the field goal, force Kansas State to score the touchdown.
No doubt.
Get the points.
And even with Ohio State, Ohio State, they lost to Michigan. The game had a little bit more fluke factor than people want to admit. Like, they gained like over 300 yards on 6 plays, Michigan. Right. But on down basis, they really weren't very efficient. But that's
Michigan offense ain't like that for real anyway.
No.
They're not known to be that explosive like that. Go ahead, bro.
That said, they lose to Tennessee. Tennessee gets 60 put on by South Carolina. I don't know.
That's a bad loss.
This was not Alabama's year. The only thing I am upset about, I would love to see Alabama and USC in a bowl game. We didn't get that, but it's all good. It's okay. We don't need Alabama every year. It's fine.
Go ahead, Will.
But you know what you did get in Alabama? You're in good hands with Allstate. They go to that bowl. So we'll let
I figured they would. They've had issues filling the Sugar Bowl the last couple of years. Alabama will travel.
That's big. That's big because that's a big stadium. So you peep that. They gave them the Allstate Bowl. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, I agree. Alabama just wasn't. You could see that they weren't as good this year. Like they typically have talent on across the board, and they just didn't have that this season. And they had 2 L's. You had 2 teams that's undefeated. You got 2 other teams with 1 loss. And,
should have been 3.
TCU, they actually beat Kansas State early in the season.
Yes, sir.
So you look at that, and you look at Ohio State. Ohio State blew out a lot of teams that they played, and they happened to just had that L against Michigan, and so there's no way you could have taken, or if they had took Alabama, they just would have did it because of the name Alabama, and
that ain't never stopped them before. But
no, it hasn't. I think it's
Alabama.
too much.
Go ahead,
yeah,
bro.
Go ahead. See, no, I'll let you go and I'll go last, brother.
Alabama is normally a juggernaut, and they wasn't this year. They just didn't have this year. Like I say, I agree. I really like Bryce Young. He's a very good quarterback, very good college quarterback. But Alabama is kind of in a little bit of turmoil. They had all kind of transfers. Everybody done jumped in the portal this year. That's not normal for Alabama. And there's some other contenders. Georgia is a beast. I'm sorry, man. Georgia is a problem. And then as a side note on this, why do Ohio State and Michigan, I know it's tradition to play in season. Why is that not the championship game? The best game that Michigan played was against Ohio State, the game before the championship game when they played Purdue that was 8-4. Ohio State and Michigan was undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Like, they divisions is weird. And I understand tradition, but let's do something that makes sense. Go ahead. I see you got something on you.
Go ahead.
Dante, go ahead, Dante.
I'll go after you speak on that.
You said it because of division. So before, you go way, get y'all a little almanac.
Yeah.
You go way back in the day in the 70s, there was something called the 10-year war. This was before division. This was Willie Hayes, Bo Schembechler, right? And for 10 years, the winner of that game won the Big Ten. But once again, you move it forward. They're going to eliminate divisions when SC and UCLA comes, and then the two best teams will play for the championship. I'll tell you this. Listen, I live in Big Ten country.
Yeah.
Man, listen, the Great Lakes region will break the internet if somehow Michigan and Ohio State are playing for the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
That would be ridiculous in this part of the country.
It would.
Yeah.
Too bad it ain't gonna happen. Not this year.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
it's not gonna happen this year.
Yeah, Georgia.
That's accurate. It's not gonna happen, but
Georgia's about to go back to back.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Georgia's going back to back. I've been on Georgia team since last year. I was telling C this and C over the whole entire season. Nah, bro. Cincinnati and Georgia, I was on them all last year. I called it, and then this year I said TCU was the Cincinnati of last year. But in this, no, Bama shouldn't be there. Bama barely won a couple of games that they slid through at the very end because the team that they were playing, the coach got either he nutted up or he got too brilliant, and then Saban just came through with experience and got ready to get it. I honestly thought, I don't care what y'all call it, the BCS was going to get Alabama back in it. I know that's not what it's called anymore, but I thought the BCS was going to make their way back in and get Bama in because Bama brings ratings, they bring money, they bring everything. Think about this, the Aflac commercial. You got Coach Prime, Jackson State, and who else? Nick Saban, Alabama. You had a goat and you had a duck. You dig what I'm saying?
I want to disagree with you. With you.
Let's go. This is debate fuel.
See, if I'm an Alabama fan and they're in the playoffs, I'm not going to go to the semifinal because my squad is always in the championship game. So I'll save my money and go to the championship game. Once again, they've had issues filling stadiums for semifinals. Now you got all this new blood in the semifinal. So if I'm a TCU fan, man, listen, I'm trying to get to both games. I will go to both games. If I'm a Michigan fan, I'll go to both. Now maybe if I'm a Georgia fan, I just wait till we go win that natty because they're gonna win the natty.
Oh, they win it hands down.
You got an offensive tackle playing tight end that can run like a running back. You're gonna win the natty. So, but I think this new blood. I think the hope is, especially like putting Georgia, Ohio State first, is a hope to get these semifinal games better attended.
Yeah, but in 2 years you got 12 to get even more people in and even get more bucks in their pocket. So, BCS wins again. Let's go.
Although it's not really called a BCS, that brother do not care. It's the BCS to him.
It's the BCS, bro.
All right, next subject.
Bama College Standings. That's what the BCS stands for.
Who's coming out of AFC or who's coming out the NFC and why? Let's go.
Let's hear you. Let's hear you, Will. We gentlemen around these here pods. Guess what y'all think?
So who's coming out of AFC and as far as Super Bowl?
Yeah, we just just who's coming out AFC and why, and then the NFC.
Okay, AFC. I'm still going to take my Chiefs because if we get healthy, which I believe we will, with Kadarius Toney come back, McCole Hardman come back, those are two explosive players that we are missing on the offense, and we still have an effective offense even without them. But those two, McCole Hardman can take an end around or a jet sweep 50 to 60 yards. Kadarius Toney is a shifty, quick dude, goes up, he's a physical wide receiver. And so I feel like with all the pieces that we have, even with our defense not being great, which Mahomes has proven that he doesn't have to have great defenses to take them deep. Right. When they went to the Super Bowl, they had the number 10 defense as allowed points per game. And so I still believe in my Chiefs. I still think that we're the best team as far as when it comes down to the quarterback, when it comes down to the tight end position, when it comes down to, I think we have, though we lost Tyreek, the Chiefs have a wide variety of receivers that are good in the Juju, MVS, McCole Hardman, Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, you know what I'm saying? So you name off all those, that's hard. As far as NFC, I think it's going to be between the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, there's a fall off. We'll see what the Niners do. The Niners have the talent, but with Jimmy G going down, that could affect them.
Maybe back for the playoffs, though. Maybe back for the playoffs.
They said like 7 to 8 weeks. They may not make it past the first round without Jimmy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll see what Purdy does. And then you can't forget about the Vikings. But as far as the top 2 NFC teams, I'm rolling with the Eagles and the Cowboys. So it's going to be between one of them. But I would lean more towards the Eagles because they stacked on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
And
all around, bro.
They stacked on the offensive side of the ball. So.
Yeah, man.
And Hurts have become a very good quarterback. Go ahead, Dante.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question about the AFC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I tell you why I think the Chiefs are going to go to the Super Bowl. Who can get pressure? Who can get home on the quarterback rushing just 4 without blitzing? What team in the AFC can consistently do that?
I honestly think, to answer that question, the Miami Dolphins. Both sides of this. Hear me out. I know they just lost last week. I get that, but if you look at Miami as a whole, their special teams, their defense, and their offense, they have the firepower to go up against the Chiefs and not even blink as far as, okay, y'all put up, we put up. Y'all stop, we can stop. And I know they had a bad game last week, but that's my dark horse out the AFC as far as answering your question.
Okay. So if their game's in Kansas City.
Oh, hands down,
in the cold. In the cold.
You're going with Patrick Jordan Mahomes. And number one, listen, Tua from Hawaii, man, he don't want no Kansas City cold. But I would take. I mean, it would be an interesting story. You know, the boy who got traded comes back. In the NFC, I would never pick a team with Kirk Cousins as the quarterback. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I agree, brother. I agree.
Okay, Vikings, bye-bye.
I think in the NFC, looking at the teams that have the best records, I mean, the question is, what quarterback do you trust? I mean, Jalen Hurts has come a long way. I think he gets – I don't want to sound cynical, but I don't think there is proper analysis of black quarterbacks in the NFL because you don't hear nothing but the same tropes. But he's never been – in a big-time playoff game. Mm-hmm. So who has? Neither has Dak Prescott, for that matter. But there go Tom Brady sneaking around the chicken coop. And I don't know, man. You just can't count out Captain America.
Because all you got to do is get in, right? All you got to do is make it to the playoffs.
All you got to do is get in. All you got to do
division is terrible.
And they're ahead of their division at 6-6.
That's what I'm saying.
And the thing is, Captain America has won with home field advantage, and he's won having to play road games. But I hope it's Jalen Hurts, and when he hoists Lombardi's trophy, I just want him to say, "All y'all can shut up now."
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it for the world.
Go ahead,
so.
Rob.
It's not because my boy on here. I truly do believe that the Kansas City Chiefs will come out the AFC, but I will say I also believe that Miami poses the biggest threat, not Buffalo. I really don't think that. I don't think Buffalo is the biggest threat to Kansas City. I think it's Miami because it's the unknown factor. And like I said, Tyreek Hill going back, if they ends up there, Tyreek Hill having something to prove. And Tua is playing good football. He manages the game. Everybody looking for the superstar Mahomes. He manages the game. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. On the NFC side, fly Eagles fly. And if the Eagles don't fly and they decide that they got, they get shot down and they ain't playing that week, then hey, how about them Cowboys? And that NFC lease has become the NFC beast, and it's them two, in my opinion, because Dak Prescott has confidence. Think about this: Dak was injured. It looked like they was going to have Dak up out of there. Because we know black quarterbacks, when they get injured and somebody else come in, regardless of what the nationality is, out. Yesterday's news. Dak came in. He started playing ball. They still winning. They are 9-3. Eagles are 11-1. They're in the same division. They're not going to play the first round. That's not going to happen. You dig what I'm saying? It only takes one mistake, and the 49ers are still lurking out there, and the 49ers are good all the way around. So, therefore, it's Eagles, Cowboys, and 49ers is my third. I don't look at the Vikings because, like you said, Cousins, Cousin, you ain't that good. Go ahead, bro.
My brother gave me all the 18 seconds. AFC, I get a Chiefs because I think Patrick Mahomes is a beast and he's motivated. And for the NFC, I'm going to say the Eagles because everybody's doubting Jalen Hurts, and he has become a dramatically different quarterback in the time he's been over there. And I do not trust Dak Prescott. And Tom Brady is also, but I don't think he'll be able to get there. His rest of his team ain't as good. That's what I say. And with that,
brother, you could have took more than that. It's our show.
Yeah, but we have guests, multiple guests. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it is our show. But
way to be the gentleman. Way to be the gentleman. Them one words talk, you talk. No, I'm just playing.
That's what. See, you see what Rob do. See, I'm the nice one. All right, last subject of the night. Does any other playoff team really have a chance against Georgia?
Yes.
What? Okay. Hey, go for it.
So there is levels to this. Okay.
Yeah.
They're going to play Ohio State in the semifinal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State's offensive line is by far the best offensive line Georgia has seen all season. The SEC East has been cheeks. It's terrible.
Somebody called them cheeks.
If
Ohio
State can block, it's true. If Ohio State can block Georgia and give C.J. Stroud time, this will also be the best group of receivers that Georgia has faced. I said that when somebody said, "What about Tennessee?" I said, go to 27sports.com and just look at the recruiting rankings. Ohio State has the best receiver room in the country, and their best receiver hasn't even played all season. Jackson Smith and Jigba. You got Marvin Harrison Jr., you got Emeka Abuza, and you got my man Julian Fleming. So there's a puncher's chance. But here's why Ohio State has no chance. Because can they stop the boa constrictor, which is Georgia's run game?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: when you talk about the Monstars, you talking about Darnell Washington, you talking about Brock Bowers. No one has anything for them.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Bowers.
But man, listen, Darnell Washington is like 6'7", 270, and runs like a 4.5. And he looks like an offensive tackle playing tight end. It's unfair. And although Georgia doesn't have the Sony Michel, Nick Chubb, James Cook caliber running back this season, they've got solid backs, and they got at least 3 NFL prospects on their O-line. And I don't think Ohio State can slow that run game, and that's why I think Georgia's going to win. Now, after that, I mean, like Michigan and Georgia play the same way. It's just that Georgia's got more 5-stars than Michigan does,
and Georgia better at it.
Georgia's much better at it, yes. And Michigan won't have Blake Corum.
Yeah.
And they need Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards against Georgia. So yeah, this is Georgia's natty to lose.
I agree. Now that statement right there, I agree with you. It's theirs to lose. Go ahead, Will. My bad, brother.
Well, I'll say this: they are beatable because I don't know if y'all watch because y'all in Missouri too. If you watch the first 3.5 quarters, Missouri Georgia, Missouri was shutting them down, and Missouri actually had like they got to be top 10 as far as defense, right? If they just had a quarterback, but they play well defensively. So I would go back and just look at the tape and see what certain teams did against Georgia. It's always, I guess in here's any given Saturday as far as college.
Right.
But they're going to play the championship game. Well, they'll play on Saturday when they play on Monday as far as the championship game. I believe they play on Monday. But I mean, it's possible, but Georgia is just, I mean, and when you say Brock Bowers, man, that guy, it's like, man,
he different.
He's like somebody I got my eye on as far as the draft. Like, hey, Kelsey getting older, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's possible. But if you look at all the teams, Georgia, and then defensively, Georgia's always good defensively, man. They got guys that just make plays, and so in Stetson Bennett, it's wild how, from what I've watched, like he'll have games where he may struggle like the first 2 or 3 quarters, but then something just clicks and he just starts making plays. Like, golly, okay. So, yeah.
I don't think so. I think Georgia, you want to know why? Because they've been there. You can look at Michigan, you can look at TCU, you can look at Ohio State, whatever the case may be. Look, when they played Mizzou, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I just felt like, yo, this Mizzou, we don't care about these one words. Like, yo, we don't feel like playing. And then they realized, oh, snap, we might lose. Let's play. You dig what I'm saying? But now it's when I go home. They know it's about a national championship. And everything that Dante said, everything that you said, I just feel like Georgia's been there. You know how they say, you've been there, act like you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
It's game time now. And I don't think it's going to be no games. Yeah. Unlike TCU, who keeps coming back, and they end up losing. They couldn't come back last week. You know, Michigan, you know, I know they're undefeated, but when you look at it, it's like, okay, Ohio State, same way. Georgia's just been there. They was there last year, and I think this year they're going to show the world like, yo, this wasn't a fluke. Let's go ahead and smack them in their mouth. That's just my opinion. Go ahead, bro.
My opinion, the one team that can give them trouble, I think, is the weirdest team that they don't really know about it, and that's TCU. I think they're the most unknown team of everybody. And one thing, I love their quarterback, my opinion. He is a freaking warrior, and he runs, and that messes people up when quarterbacks actually run. He's not a black running quarterback. That's a white running quarterback. He's a big, stocky dude. You know what I'm saying? And if they would have ran him again, they would have won that game. Probably would have gotten to the end zone instead of doing that dumb stuff. He got heart, and I respect that. Now, I don't think none of these teams going to beat Georgia, in my opinion. They ain't going to even come close. But I think TCU, in my opinion, because of that quarterback, could be a real off-pace, off-shift type thing that can be like, oh, who is this? But then when the second half come, they're going to put the hammer down.
Make the adjustments, no doubt.
Because I think Michigan will be just like playing themselves, and I don't really respect Michigan's quarterback. Ohio State's quarterback, he got a lot of pub, but he's just iffy to me. He all right. He just all right. But the other team, I think they got a legit quarterback. So that's my reasoning. Go ahead, Dante.
That's a real nice sentiment, and I love TCU, but I don't think TCU would score on Georgia. I don't think they scored.
Mizzou did. And Mizzou ain't good. You know, we all
their quarterback is horrible.
The stakes are different. The stakes are different. All you got to know is look at what they did to LSU in the championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, LSU didn't LSU beat Alabama?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did. LSU and Tennessee.
Yeah, with Brian Kelly and his fake accent. My family, that guy.
Hey, you went back to the boat with that, bro.
No, he's still talking like that. Man, he's still in his interviews. He's still talking country.
I know he is, bro. He's just trying to get recruits.
Yeah, man. So, any last thoughts on what's gonna happen in this college football game, other than Georgia just stomping everybody before we get up out of here?
I think TCU could beat Michigan, possibly.
I think
Dante?
I like Georgia, Michigan in a championship game. And once again, this is Georgia's to lose.
Pretty much.
And so when you say Georgia to lose, are we talking injury, or are we just talking about just bonehead plays?
I think it has to be a combination of both. Like if Ohio State pulls the upset, it is because Georgia couldn't get to C.J. Stroud with their front four, and they had to blitz. And as much as I love Keely Ringo at corner, you got four wideouts to cover at Ohio State, and those guys are able to get open. And C.J. Stroud, and I agree with you about C.J. Stroud. He's really good. But I feel like it's another level he hasn't unlocked yet. And I feel that every time I watch him, I'm like, he should be better. Like he a dog, but he should, I don't know. He should be a monster, and he's not for whatever reason. But and I think they kind of let Julian Fleming, who's kind of their deep threat out of the slot, get loose. If that happens and this game gets into the 30s and 40s, that's the only chance Ohio State has. If it's a slog fest, Georgia's just gonna put the hammer down. I like TCU. I think TCU is a nice story, but I think now this is the blue chip ratio.
Right.
And TCU has a lot of very good players, but then they got one blue chip, and that's Quentin Johnson, a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what gives Michigan the edge. And TCU is horrible against the run, and that's what Michigan does well. So that's why I like Michigan, and I just like Georgia. I mean, Georgia, they're starting 22. You're gonna probably see about 15 of those guys in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they're going to win a national championship. They're more talented than anybody. And in college, more so than the pros, that is what makes you better. Because you got the Jimmys and Joes.
Right. All right, man. Hey, y'all let everybody know where they can hear y'all on y'all prospective podcasts and shows. We'll let everybody know about the Red and Bold show and everything else like that, and how they can find you on these socials, which we streaming on right now.
As well as Legacy, brother.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, please tell them about
check out Red and Bold on MTMV Sports channel on YouTube. You can also we're on Twitter. It's at Red and Bold. That's REDANDBOLD at Red and Bold. We're also on Instagram. I got to post more on there though. We are on Instagram at Red. I think it's _and_bold. And so check us out there. As far as Legacy AD is my faith-based comic book. A vision that God gave me. It's about a man named Deacon Foster, detective in Atlanta, who's been chosen by God to battle evil and uphold justice. One of the issues we bring awareness to from a biblical worldview is child sex trafficking and just spiritual warfare and things of that nature. So, and what it looks like to be a man of God in today's culture. So check out Legacy AD cartoon at .squarespace.com if you want to order. Physical copies, and we're also on Amazon.
Yeah, dope line, y'all. Y'all check that out. Go ahead, Dante.
So you can. I'm on Facebook, Dante Pryor, my name. On Twitter at Pastor DDP. On Instagram, Pryor the Good Kid. Check out MVPU Thursday nights at 9:00. And I believe we broadcast on YouTube and Facebook Live. If not, just go to the MTMV YouTube page and check out the replay. I write for MTMV. The website is mtmvpn.com. I wrote a piece about Dion. This week, you should see a couple pieces about the transfer portal. I also write for SaturdayBlitz.com. I just finished a piece about where I think DJ Uiagalelei is going to land. And I also wrote a piece about Scott Satterfield getting the Cincinnati job. So you can check me out in all those places. And MVPU is also on Instagram.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I just wanted to say we talked about this when we went live. We did an impromptu on Monday when we talked about being plugged in with brothers who are familiar with the HBCU network and how all that works. And Dante is one of the ones we're talking about. Will is one of the ones we're talking about when we shout out the MTMV spam every week. When y'all hear us say that name on Wednesdays and Thursdays or whenever we go live, these are some of the brothers and a part of that team that's doing big things in the world of sports and doing big things as far as acting on Will's standpoint. Dante, like I say, he's an almanac. If you don't believe me, check out that college university thing. His brother will break down stats I didn't even know existed. And you guys could just go forward and support these brothers, man. It is good to see them doing positive things within podcasting and the sports network. You dig what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, brothers, sliding through, man. Y'all give it up for our brothers Will and Dante.
Thanks for having us, man. Thanks for having us. We appreciate y'all.
It was a blast.
No problem. No problem. All right, here we go. I lost everything. All right.
Yo, we had some guests. So have you ever thought? I really enjoy what these guys are doing with this podcast. How can I help support them? How can I be a blessing to them? Look, hit that button for them real quick. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. It is very important that you do that, not just so that you can see our faces on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but especially on Thursday nights, because we like to highlight our CHH artists. If you know what that is, that's Christian hip hop. And we are exclusively on YouTube because Facebook like to flag these one words over here you seeing on your screen. So also, if you want to support monetary wise. So you can go to the Cash App, Cash Sign, not the same podcast. If you want to see what we got going on as far as merch goes, as far as music goes, for seeing myself, hit notthesamepodcast.com and just click through and see what we have, man. And we two brothers just trying to, do what we do. We not super educated on the sports when it come to that, but guess what? We love our sports. We're not super educated when it come to faith and music, but guess what? We love it. Bible studies, we want to teach it. So when it comes down to it, anytime you see us come on and y'all see that live, come through. We might be talking about something you like. Stop hating.
What that brother said. I'm C-Micah.
I'm Robert D.
We'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock with another Music and Faith show. We are out.
Christ lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so we